Today we're talking about work-life balance. Does it exist for people who work in entertainment? Do celebrities have to pick between fame or family? Let's get into it. What do you guys think?
I think it depends your status, like where you're at in life. I was actually listening to a super interesting conversation the other day with Adamari López and with Amara la Negra. And they were talking about how they have kids and their kids are being raised by their grandparents and friends because they're single mothers.
Right.
So they have to constantly be working. And to me, the question is, yes, I mean, in the entertainment industry, so consuming. But I feel that we should work on systems that make it easier for parents to be able to balance their work-life situation.
I'm just so proud because usually I'm the one that goes straight to the systems and the dysfunction of the system. You are like getting to the heart of it. I'm so proud, Enrique. I'm going like, dang. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But you know, I think what's fascinating about this conversation is that people have, you know, a little empathy for celebrities who complain about not being able to have it all just because they financially have the means to sort of, you know, balance it all. But I think it's interesting to your point where they were still saying they wish they could raise their kids a little more directly. Yeah.
You know, I wasn't even thinking of it from that perspective. Like even like the parenting, like that's a great point. I think for me, I was even thinking just even existing as a celebrity. What I think of, I'm sure like people are always bothering them about like, oh, can I borrow some money? Can I this, can I that? So even having the right boundaries with your family and how like navigating that, that's what I was thinking, but that's a great point. Like,
and not only that, but like, you know, the optics, because sometimes people think that just because you're a celebrity, you're like swimming in money and you have all this money. Right. And, you know, kids are not cheap. Well, you know this better than all of us. You know, kids are not cheap. They're expensive. And you know, if you're planning for a college situation, the whole thing is like, good luck, you know? So it also depends on the work and how do they make enough money to raise these children. And then you're working and you're not involved, and that takes a toll emotionally on everybody. So it must be really, really hard. And then being famous or being in the public eye where everybody just feels that they can speak about it and then like they know you must be 100 times harder.
And then they put their kids by birth, by lottery, you know, are selected to be on the front pages of newspapers as well. And you know, we see more and more, you know, celebrities trying to actually get that balance back in their life by keeping that private and personal. But yeah, imagine being those kids just sort of born into the spotlight. I hate to talk about the Kardashians, you know, because I'd rather be talking about public policy. But no, the Kardashians are kind of a good example of like, maybe they're like light years ahead because they're like, hey kid, you were born in my family. There's benefits and there's negatives, but here's your own like skincare line. Like have fun, like go play Mufasa on the stage. You know what I mean? Like, girl, you better sing your heart out. Like maybe they're ahead of the trend on that too, where it's like if the kids are born into it. But yeah, but I can see also, sorry, both sides of it's played devil advocate. I can see also like, you know, the celebrities not wanting that for their kids, you know what I mean? And trying to protect that at all costs. Because once you lose it, right? That privacy.
Well, and you also, it's like you always, I always think of like, for example, we make the choice to do this work, right? And to be here and have our faces, but your kids didn't. So for you to make the choice of like showing their face, it has to be, I would think, a difficult decision to make because how much do you reveal and how much do you keep to yourself? Right. And people want to know, particularly with these big celebrities, everybody want to know what Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's daughter look like, you know? And then, you know, people are curious. So how do you protect them from what's out there? And how do you get that balance? And how do you even give them like a full experience of a childhood? Because they're pretty much exposed to everything, you know?